from IntelliSx Solution. Today I'll tell you that how to navigate the data from one page to another page in Windows Store application. So firstly we'll simply learn that how to navigate from one page to another page. So let's see. For navigating from one page to another page, there should be more than one page in our project. So we'll go to our project and right click on it, and we'll add new item, and we'll select the blank page. We'll add one blank page, and here we'll name our blank page, like I'm naming my page Intel Lyrise, and we'll add this. So now blank page is added in our application. Now we'll do what? I'll go to the main page, and now I want that I'll click the button on this main page, and I'll navigate to the Intel page which I've created. So I'll do what? I'll add the button from the toolbox, like I want it here. This all things I'll doing in main page, and suppose I want the content of this button go to Intel Lyrise. The next thing, so we are doing what? Like I'll click on this button and I'll navigate to the next page. So for this we have to create the event for it. For button we create the click event. So if I'll double click on this button, then a function is generated in the next window. You can do from here also, like it's not happening right now. Okay, so the event is created for the button. In this function we'll write whatever that will be performed by clicking on the button. So we want what? We want that if I click the button, the page should be moved. So I'll do what? I want to navigate to the this dot frame dot, I want to navigate now, then where type of where Intel Lyrise, semicolon. If I'll run this application, I'm running it, then main page will be open. First of all, if I'll click on this Intel Lyrise button, I'll navigate to that page, blank page which we have added. You can add more content accordingly on this blank page. So this is how we navigate to another page. Now let's see that how to navigate the data from one page to another. So first of all, let's design our UI part in the main page. For that, let's suppose I'm adding two text box from this toolbox. Where is the text box? Here. I'll add this. Suppose I'm here, and suppose the height and width I want this much. So now I want a button also for submitting the data, like I'm adding one more button to our main page. Here I'm adding it, and suppose I want the button content here also changed, so I'll write it submit whatever you want. The next thing, we'll name our text box text such that name, suppose the name I want let's say text. The next thing we'll name our button also X such that name is what? Let's say button. So I want that if I click on this button, so again we'll create a event for this button. So I'm double clicking on it, and a function is automatically generated. So here I want that the text of that text box will be stored in the next page. So first of all, we'll define a property for the text box. We'll get into something that text box content. So we'll do what? We'll go to the app xml.cs class, and we'll define here the property public string. Let's say string. User is entering the content in string form, so we'll write it here public string, and let's say navigation is the name of our string, and get set. And then we'll back to our main page. Here store we'll store the text of text box in this string which we have created now. We'll do what? App dot current as app dot the name of our string which we have named navigation. In this we'll store the text of text box, name of text box dot text. And next thing we want that we'll navigate also. So we'll do what? This dot frame which we have already done, dot navigate type of where interiorize. This is how we can navigate and store the text content of that text box. Now I want that this text will be stored in our interiorize page. So let's make here also a text box or text block. You can make whatever you want. Like I'm making here text block. From here I'll add here on this interiorize page. This is the text block. I'll name it also. Let's name our text block like I wanted X, such that name text block. The next thing we'll do that we'll go to this text block and we'll simply double click on this text block. By double clicking on this text box, here the function is again generated for this event of that text block. We'll do what? We'll separately make a override function. Protected override void on navigated to navigation events args E. This line we have to remove from here as there is no need. Then in this function we want that the text of that text box will be stored in text block. So we'll do what? Text block name of our text block dot text block dot text will store that string text app dot current as app dot navigation. So this is how we can navigate the data. If I'll run this application, if the user enters the value in text box, like I'm adding hello world, and I'll submit it. Here the text box, the data navigated. So guys, this is how we navigate the data from one page to another page in Window application. I hope you like this part of coding. For more updates, stay tuned to Intellilearn.in. Thank you.